I'm super happy for him. I'm super excited, and it's so awesome that we both get to be here with projects that we're super proud of.
Baby's great though, huh?
She's everything. The baby is everything. It's so amazing, my little family. It's just so, it's unbelievable. It's, I don't know. It's the only thing that's ever happened to me. Really, the only thing. Everything else is smoke. This is it. This is real life.
Did you see the birth?
I was there, yeah. Unbelievable. I mean, I've been, since May 27th, when my daughter was born, I've been floating. I smile constantly.
Imagine a boy who grew up moving from place to place with barely any stability, yet grew into one of the most iconic actors of our time, and then watch that same man raise a daughter who steps into the spotlight with her own grace and talent. From the quiet streets of Owensboro, Kentucky in 1963, where Johnny Depp took his first breath, to the global stages of 2026, this father and daughter journey is filled with dreams, music, movies, and unbreakable bond. In this story we follow their real path step by step, the challenges, the breakthroughs, and the love that kept them close through every chapter. Stay with me because their story shows how passion and family can shape legends across generations. Born on June 9, 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky, Johnny Depp entered the world as the youngest of four children to a waitress mother named Betty Sue and a civil engineer father, John Christopher Depp. The family moved frequently, chasing stability, and young Johnny felt the weight of constant change early on. They eventually settled in Miramar, Florida around 1970, where life in motels tested their resilience. His parents divorced when he was 15, leaving a deep mark, yet Johnny found comfort in music. His mother gifted him a guitar at 12 and he taught himself to play, pouring his emotions into melodies. He dropped out of Miramar High School at 16 to chase rock and roll dreams, joining bands like the Kids and later heading to Los Angeles with big hopes for a music career. Those early struggles built his character, teaching him persistence through uncertainty. In Los Angeles, Johnny worked odd jobs, including as a telemarketer while playing in bands, and it was through a connection with Nicolas Cage that he landed his first film role in 1984, A Nightmare on Elm Street, playing a teen devoured by his own bed. The experience opened doors, and soon he starred as Tommy Hansen in the hit television series 21 Jump Street from 1980. 7 to 1991, becoming a teen idol. The role brought fame, but Johnny stayed grounded, focusing on meaningful characters rather than chasing trends. He met French singer and actress Vanessa Paradis in 1998 at a party in New York. Their connection was instant and deep, leading to a loving partnership that lasted over 14 years. Together they welcomed their daughter, Lily Rose Depp, on May 27, 1999 in Neuilly-sur-Seine, France, followed by son Jack. In 2002, the family split time between Los Angeles and France, creating a bilingual, loving home where creativity flourished. As a father, Johnny Depp cherished quiet moments with his children away from the spotlight. He often spoke in interviews about the joy of watching Lily Rose grow, describing her as incredibly talented and kind. In a real conversation with interviewers, he shared how fatherhood changed his perspective, making him more protective and present. Lily Rose grew up surrounded by art, music, and film, yet her parents shielded her from excessive pressure. She attended schools in both countries, absorbing cultures and developing her own voice. From a young age, she showed interest in modeling and acting, but always with her own rhythm. Johnny supported her passions without pushing, encouraging her to find her path naturally. Their bond remained strong even after Johnny and Vanessa separated amicably in 2012. They co-parented with care, keeping the focus on their children. Johnny built an extraordinary career, choosing roles that showcased his versatility. In 1990, he played the gentle Edward Scissorhands under Tim Burton's direction, creating an iconic character that blended vulnerability and wonder. The film became a classic and earned him widespread praise. He followed with Benny and June in 1993, Ed Wood in 1994, and Donnie Brasco in 1997, each performance revealing new layers of depth. In 2003, he transformed into Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, a role that skyrocketed his global stardom, bringing humor, charisma, and unpredictability to the screen. Audiences loved the eccentric pirate, and the franchise continued with sequels that defined an era. He earned an Academy Award nomination for that performance, along with Golden Globe nods and a Screen Actors Guild Award, highlighting his impact. Throughout the 2000s, Johnny collaborated repeatedly with Tim Burton, starring as the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland in 2010 and as Sweeney Todd in The Demon Barber of Fleet Street in 2007, where he also showcased his singing talent, earning a Golden Globe win for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. Other standout films included Finding Neverland in 2000. for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in 2005 and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas in 1998. Each project reflected his dedication to immersive storytelling. He balanced big blockbusters with independent films, always bringing authenticity. Fans appreciated his commitment to craft over commercial formulas. Meanwhile, Lily Rose Depp stepped into the public eye gracefully. At 15, she became a face for Chanel, chosen personally by Karl Lagerfeld. Following in her mother Vanessa's footsteps as a brand ambassador, she walked runways and appeared in campaigns with natural poise. In 2014, she made her acting debut in a small role in Tusk, directed by Kevin Smith. Her father had a cameo, creating a sweet family connection on set. She continued with roles in French cinema and English language projects, showing range and dedication. In interviews, Lily Rose has spoken warmly about her father's influence, saying he taught her the importance of staying true to herself and respecting the craft. One real quote from her reflects pure admiration for the way he approaches every character with heart and curiosity. Their shared love for creativity strengthened their relationship over the years. Johnny attended some of her events quietly, offering support while she celebrated his milestones with pride. During the 2023 Cannes Film Festival, both had projects premiering, and Lily Rose publicly expressed happiness for her father's standing ovation, calling it awesome that they could pursue work they loved. The moment captured the mutual respect that defined their journey through challenges, including intense public scrutiny. In the early 2020s, Johnny faced legal battles that tested his resilience, yet he emerged focused on his art and family, emerging stronger with renewed passion for filmmaking. As the years progressed, Johnny explored new territories, directing and producing while continuing to act. He took on the role of King Louis XV and Jean du Barry in 2023, marking a return to French cinema and earning acclaim at Cannes. His performance brought historical depth and elegance. Lily Rose, meanwhile, advanced in modeling and acting, starring in projects like The Idol on HBO, where she portrayed a pop star navigating fame. She brought vulnerability and strength to the role, earning discussions about her growing talent. In 2025, she appeared in Nosferatu under Robert Eggers' direction, showcasing her ability to tackle darker, atmospheric stories. Their paths, though separate, often intersected in spirit, both valuing artistic integrity and family bonds. By 2026, Johnny Depp continued his creative momentum, starring as Ebenezer Scrooge in a fresh adaptation of A Christmas Carol set for release that November. The project generated excitement as a major studio comeback with director T. West at the helm. Johnny brought his signature nuance to the classic character, promising a compelling take on redemption and transformation. He also directed Modi 3 Days on the Wing of Madness, a film about the painter Amedeo Modigliani, which premiered earlier and received positive attention for its artistic vision. These works reflected his enduring drive to create meaningful cinema. Fans celebrated his return, seeing it as testament to resilience and talent. Lily Rose Depp entered her late 20s with a flourishing career, balancing high fashion and challenging roles. She continued collaborations with Chanel and took on diverse acting projects, including a biopic appearance. Rumors of joint creative endeavors with her father circulated, though they preferred keeping family moments private. Their bond remained a source of strength. Johnny often described in interviews how proud he felt watching his daughter carve her own identity, emphasizing love, support, and respect as cornerstones of their relationship. Through decades of change, from his nomadic childhood to global stardom and her graceful rise, they exemplified how passion and family ties create lasting legacies. Reflecting on the full journey from those early days in Kentucky, where a boy found solace in guitar strings, to raising a daughter who shines with her own light, their story inspires many. It highlights dedication through ups and downs, the power of authentic expression, and the quiet beauty of father-daughter connection. Johnny Depp and Lily Rose Depp continue evolving, inspiring audiences worldwide. With their art and humanity, their path reminds us that true success lies in staying genuine, cherishing loved ones, and pursuing dreams with heart. As 2026 unfolds, both stand as beacons of creativity, resilience, and unbreakable family love, continuing their inspiring path into the present day. The connection between Johnny Depp and Lily Rose Depp only deepened as both navigated their artistic callings with quiet determination and mutual admiration. Johnny often reflected in interviews how becoming a father transformed everything. He once shared that holding Lily Rose in his arms for the first time gave him a new reason to breathe and a deeper sense of purpose that carried him through every role and every challenge. He described her as an amazing, beautiful, pure soul who taught him more about life than he could ever express, and that pride shone through in the way he supported her choices without ever imposing his own path. As Lily Rose entered her 20s, she carved a distinctive space in both fashion and film worlds, balancing her Chanel ambassadorship with increasingly demanding acting roles. Her performance as Ellen Hutter in the 2024 film Nosferatu, directed by Robert Eggers, earned widespread praise for its emotional depth and vulnerability. The gothic horror remake highlighted her ability to convey quiet strength and inner turmoil. Audiences and critics noted how she brought fresh intensity to the classic tale, leading to nominations at Critics' Choice Awards and other honors. She attended the 2025 Oscars, presenting alongside peers and wearing a custom Chanel creation that celebrated her heritage in high fashion while honoring her growth as an artist. Through these milestones, Johnny remained a steady source of encouragement, attending select events privately and celebrating her successes with genuine joy. In conversations, he emphasized how important it was for his children to find their own voices and follow their passions authentically. Lily Rose in turn spoke warmly about lessons learned from her father, including the value of immersing fully in characters and respecting the craft. Above all, she highlighted his curiosity and dedication, saying he approaches every project with heart and a desire to understand human complexity. Their shared appreciation for storytelling created countless meaningful conversations over the years, whether discussing scripts, music, or life away from cameras. By 2025 and into 2026, Johnny Depp embraced exciting new chapters in his career. He took on the role of Ebenezer Scrooge in Ebenezer: A Christmas Carol, a fresh Paramount adaptation directed by T. West, set for release on November 13, 2026. The project generated tremendous anticipation as Johnny brought his signature nuance and emotional layers to the iconic character, promising a compelling exploration of redemption, transformation, and humanity. Early set reports and glimpses showed him delivering a performance full of depth that fans eagerly awaited as a major studio return. He also starred in the thriller Day Drinker alongside Penelope Cruz, directed by Mark Webb, adding high-energy action and intrigue to his lineup. These roles reflected his ongoing commitment to diverse, challenging characters that resonate on multiple levels. Additionally, Johnny directed Modi 3 Days on the Wing of Madness, a film about painter Amedeo Modigliani, which showcased his passion behind the camera as well. He explored creative ventures like developing the graphic novel series Hyde in collaboration with Ridley Scott, based on the Jekyll and Hyde story, infusing it with his artistic vision. These endeavors demonstrated how he continued evolving as a multifaceted creator, musician, painter, actor, and director, always driven by authentic expression rather than trends. Fans around the world celebrated this momentum, seeing it as a testament to his enduring talent and resilience. Meanwhile, Lily Rose advanced with projects like Werewolf, reuniting with elements from the Nosferatu team, and set for a December 2026 release. She took on post-production work for Alpha Gang alongside a stellar cast including Chris Pine and others. These choices highlighted her willingness to embrace atmospheric, intense stories that push boundaries. She maintained her Chanel partnership, walking in campaigns and events with natural elegance while keeping focus on substantive roles that allowed her to grow. Her bilingual background and multicultural upbringing continued influencing her work, giving her a unique perspective that enriched every performance. Their father-daughter dynamic remained beautifully balanced, with respect for each other's independence yet unwavering support during public appearances or family moments. They exemplified grace under the spotlight. Johnny shared in a Sunday Times conversation how he experienced empty nest feelings yet felt immense fulfillment watching his children thrive. He expressed ongoing protectiveness mixed with pride, noting that Lily Rose and her brother Jack were sharp, intelligent individuals pursuing what they loved most. Lily Rose echoed similar sentiments, appreciating the freedom and love she received growing up, which allowed her to develop confidence and authenticity. Looking back across decades, their journey from Johnny's restless Kentucky childhood filled with moves and music discovery to his rise through Nightmare on Elm Street, 21 Jump Street, and Edward Scissorhands illustrated relentless pursuit of passion despite uncertainties. The Pirates of the Caribbean era brought global fame, with Captain Jack Sparrow becoming a cultural phenomenon beloved for its wit and eccentricity, yet Johnny always returned to intimate, character-driven stories like Finding Neverland, Sweeney Todd, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, each performance layered with dedication that inspired countless aspiring artists. Lily Rose followed her own graceful trajectory, starting with modeling at a young age chosen by Karl Lagerfeld himself for Chanel, then transitioning thoughtfully into acting with Tusk the King and Beyond. Her work in The Idol showcased vulnerability in portraying a pop star, while Nosferatu marked a breakout that solidified her as a talent in her own right. Through it all, she credited her parents, especially her father's example of staying true amid pressures. Their bond weathered public challenges because it was rooted in deep love, honesty, and shared creative spirit. As 2026 progressed, both continued inspiring audiences worldwide, Johnny preparing for the Christmas Carol release and other films while directing and creating art, Lily Rose gearing up for Werewolf and New Horizons. Their story transcended Hollywood glamour, revealing how family ties, creativity, and perseverance shape meaningful legacies. Fans connected with this authenticity, seeing reflections of their own journeys in the highs, lows, and quiet victories. Johnny once noted that the only creatures evolved enough to convey pure love are dogs and infants, yet his relationship with Lily Rose proved the kind of selfless connection extends beautifully through fatherhood and time. In every interview and appearance, their mutual admiration shone through without fanfare, just genuine respect. Johnny attending her premieres when possible, offering wisdom earned through experience, while she celebrated his returns to the screen with pride. This dynamic taught valuable lessons about supporting loved ones' dreams without overshadowing them, embracing change while holding core values close, and finding strength in artistic expression, whether through guitar strings, film roles, runway walks, or behind the camera moments. Their path from 1960s Kentucky to global stages in 2026 remains a powerful narrative of growth, connection, and passion. The full arc reveals how early instability forged Johnny's adaptability, leading to iconic, versatile performances that defined eras for millions. Lily Rose absorbed that spirit, translating it into her elegant, poised presence across fashion and cinema. Together they navigated fame, scrutiny, and personal chapters, always prioritizing family and craft over fleeting trends. Their influence extended beyond entertainment, touching hearts with reminders that resilience comes from within, supported by those who believe in you unconditionally. As new projects unfold in 2026 and beyond, Johnny Depp and Lily Rose Depp stand as enduring examples of what dedication, love, and authenticity can achieve across generations. Their journey continues to unfold beautifully, inviting audiences to appreciate the real human stories behind the spotlight, the quiet strength in parenting, the joy in creation, and the unbreakable thread connecting father and daughter through every chapter yet to come. This rich tapestry of experiences, from humble beginnings to celebrated careers, underscores timeless truths about pursuing one's calling with heart, cherishing family bonds, and evolving with grace. Whether captivating screens as Captain Jack Sparrow or embodying haunting characters in horror dramas, both artists remind us that true fulfillment arises from staying genuine and connected to what matters most. Their shared legacy, built on real moments, real support, and real talent, offers hope and inspiration for anyone chasing dreams while holding loved ones close into the future. Continuing seamlessly from their shared legacy of authenticity and creative passion into the vibrant landscape of 2026, Johnny Depp and Lily Rose Depp kept demonstrating how genuine talent and family support create enduring paths filled with purpose. Johnny embraced the role of Ebenezer Scrooge in Ebenezer: A Christmas Carol, directed by Dee West for Paramount Pictures, with a scheduled release on November 13, 2026. The project marked his return to major studio filmmaking, bringing his signature emotional depth and transformative presence to the classic Dickens tale of redemption. Early glimpses from the set in London and Dublin showed him fully immersed, capturing the complexity of a man confronting his past with vulnerability and eventual warmth. Fans around the world expressed excitement, seeing this as a perfect vehicle for Johnny to showcase layers of humanity that define so many of his iconic performances. He balanced this with starring alongside Penelope Cruz in the thriller Day Drinker under Mark Webb's direction, adding intensity and dynamic energy to his recent lineup, while also directing Modi 3 Days on the Wing of Madness, about the life of painter Amedeo Modigliani, a passion project that highlighted his love for visual storytelling and artistic exploration. These endeavors reflected his relentless drive to evolve, choosing roles and creative ventures that resonated deeply rather than seeking easy fame. Lily Rose Depp, meanwhile, built momentum with her reunion alongside Aaron Taylor Johnson and Robert Eggers in Werewolf, a gothic horror feature set for Christmas Day 2026 release. The film allowed her to delve into atmospheric, intense narratives following the success of her breakout as Ellen Hutter in Nosferatu, where her performance earned critical acclaim for its emotional rawness and quiet power. She also joined an impressive ensemble in Alpha Gang alongside Chris Pine, Kelvin Harrison, Kate Blanchett, Lea Seydoux, Dave Bautista, and Riley Keough, showcasing her ability to hold space among established talents. Additionally, she took on a project adapting Cormac McCarthy's Outer Dark with Jacob Elordi, a dark fairy tale slated to begin filming later in 2026. Her Chanel collaborations continued with grace as she walked in their fall 2026 show, turning heads with elegant poise that blended her French-American heritage and natural style. These choices illustrated her thoughtful approach to career building, focusing on substantive work that challenged her while honoring the artistic integrity she learned from both parents. In rare interviews around this time, Johnny Depp shared heartfelt reflections on fatherhood, telling the Sunday Times how raising Lily Rose and her brother Jack in France with Vanessa Paradis shaped him profoundly. He described the experience of co-parenting across borders as one filled with love, respect, and a commitment to giving his children freedom to discover themselves. He expressed immense pride in watching them pursue their passions, noting their intelligence and kindness as sources of daily joy. Lily Rose, in her own conversations, echoed appreciation for the grounded upbringing that shielded her from excessive pressures while encouraging curiosity and self-expression. Their bond manifested in quiet support rather than public displays, Johnny attending select premieres or offering private wisdom while she celebrated his comebacks with genuine happiness. This dynamic of mutual respect and independence strengthened over decades, proving that family ties rooted in authenticity endure through every spotlight and challenge. reflecting deeper on Johnny's journey from the frequent moves of his Kentucky childhood where music became his anchor to building a career defined by fearless character choices. Audiences saw consistency in how he poured heart into every role, whether as the vulnerable Edward Scissorhands, the eccentric Captain Jack Sparrow, or the tormented Sweeney Todd. Each performance carried traces of his own experiences with resilience and creativity. Lily Rose absorbed similar values, translating them into her modeling breakthrough with Karl Lagerfeld at Chanel and her acting evolution from independent films to high-profile projects like The Idol and Nosferatu. Their paths, though distinct, often mirrored in the way both prioritized craft over celebrity, maintaining privacy around family moments while sharing art that connected with millions. This father-daughter story highlighted the beauty of passing down not just opportunities but the importance of staying true amid industry demands and public scrutiny. As 2026 unfolded with Johnny filming and preparing multiple releases, fans felt renewed excitement for his artistic revival, seeing Ebenezer as a holiday highlight that promised emotional storytelling at its finest. Lily Rose prepared for Werewolf with the same dedication that marked her previous collaborations, creating anticipation for her continued growth in horror and drama genres. Together, their presence reminded many of the power of perseverance. Johnny once navigated personal and professional storms yet emerged focused on what mattered most: his children, his art, and living genuinely. Lily Rose navigated fame from a young age with maturity beyond her years, crediting the example set by her parents for helping her develop confidence and boundaries. Their journey from 1963 beginnings to global impact in the mid-2020s offered a narrative rich with lessons on dedication, love, and creative freedom. The full tapestry of their experiences wove together early struggles with later triumphs, illustrating how passion sustained through uncertainty leads to meaningful success. Johnny taught himself guitar as a teen, finding solace in melodies that later influenced his acting rhythms and even singing roles. Lily Rose grew up bilingual, immersed in art and culture, developing a unique voice that resonated in fashion campaigns and on screen. Both valued collaboration, whether Johnny with Tim Burton over multiple films or Lily Rose with visionary directors like Robert Eggers. Their choices consistently favored depth and originality, inspiring aspiring creatives worldwide to pursue work that feels personal and honest, even as projects like Day Drinker and Outer Dark added fresh dimensions to their filmographies. The bond between them remained a constant source of strength, offering quiet encouragement through every new chapter. Fans connected deeply with this real, authentic progression, seeing reflections of their own family stories in the way Johnny Depp and Lily Rose Depp supported one another's dreams without overshadowing individual paths. It underscored timeless ideas about resilience forged in childhood, moves, and music discovery, evolving into global stardom while raising the next generation with care and respect. As new films premiered and campaigns unfolded in 2026, their influence extended beyond entertainment, touching hearts with reminders that success measured in genuine connections and artistic fulfillment outshines temporary trends. Johnny directing Modigliani while acting as Scrooge and Lily Rose embracing werewolf lore alongside high fashion moments painted a picture of multifaceted lives lived fully. Their story continued inspiring audiences to cherish family, pursue passions wholeheartedly, and face each season with the same heart that carried them from humble roots to celebrated stages. This ongoing narrative, from Owensboro streets to red carpets and film sets in 2026, celebrated the quiet power of unwavering support and creative curiosity. Whether through guitar strings, runway walks, or immersive character portrayals, both artists exemplified dedication that transcended fame. Their father-daughter relationship, built on love, honesty, and shared appreciation for storytelling, offered hope for anyone valuing family amid life's journeys. As Ebenezer approached release and Werewolf generated buzz, the world watched with anticipation, knowing these projects carried the essence of their authentic spirits. The legacy they built together reminded everyone that true impact comes from staying genuine, cherishing bonds, and creating with purpose into whatever chapters lie ahead. Their path shone as a beacon of resilience, beauty, and unbreakable connection across generations. What do you think of this incredible father-daughter journey, from Johnny Depp's humble beginnings to their powerful presence in 2026? Leave your favorite Johnny Depp role or Lily Rose performance in the comments below. Which moment from their story touched you the most? Hit like if their bond and dedication inspired you. Share this with fellow fans who appreciate real talent and authentic storytelling, and subscribe for more honest deep dives into the journeys of legends who stay true to their art and family. Thank you for watching. Their story reminds us that passion and love create lasting legacies. See you in the next one. Keep believing in your own path.